Action.
Good morning, folks. Today I am coming live from Lanet. What a beautiful place. Cool breeze, fresh air, tranquility here, amazing views, 360. This side, Menengai Crater. This side, Nakuru CBD. This side, that side, Lake Nakuru National Park. That side, Dundori Hills. I'm telling you, Lanet is just beautiful. So now let me tell you, yesterday somebody gave me a call and they asked me, Ezra, I want to buy a plot of land in Nakuru to build my home, but near town. Underline that, near town. Okay, so then we started talking. So I told him, all right, I'm near town for residential, Kiamunyi. Then they said, Kiamunyi is far. I'm like, what are you talking about, bro? Okay. Then I told them, if Kiamunyi is far, then, okay, Ngata is farther. Barnabas is even much farther from town. Barnabas is 10 km. Kiamunyi is like 3.5 km. Ngata is like 6 km, depending on which area of Ngata. So then near town, then what are we looking at? Then they mentioned section 58. Nikakaa tu hivi nikasema, section 58, okay, sawa. So are you willing to buy a parcel of land for 10, 12 million to build your home? And they're like, oh, no. That's too much. Okay. Then what are you looking at near town? Then, okay, they asked me, what about Milimani? I even laughed further. Milimani? Plot? 50 by 100? None. So anyway, I told them, Milimani, okay. So are you ready to buy an acre of land in Milimani for 60 to 80 million shillings to build your home worth 10 million? It doesn't make sense. So they said, oh, Milimani is that much? I'm like, folks, you guys, you don't know this. Me, I'm in the ground, najua hii maneno. And anyway, that's why alinipigia. So you see, it doesn't make sense. So when you talk about buying a plot near Nakuru town to build a home, well, in London, Lando area there, now they are talking of 7 to 10 million, for a plot. Okay, doesn't make sense. Then I told them, these are the places you can go to buy a home, to buy a plot where you can build a residential home. So I mentioned Kiamunyi, of course. I mentioned Lanet. You see, like, Lanet is just awesome. Lanet for residential is just perfect. Okay, I highly recommend Lanet. All right. Then where else are you looking at? Well, you can also go to these newly subdivided plots, which have been sold by companies. You go to Sobea, the username places, Optiven land where they've been selling. You can go there, but now there is totally virgin place. Some of those places actually don't have steamer yet, power yet. They don't. So are you willing to go there? They said, Sobea, where is Sobea? I told them Sobea is like this. Oh, that's far. So I'm doing this video just to educate some of you, about some of the places in Nakuru where you can buy a plot of land and settle, for a residential home. Lanet here is perfect. I was at a place called Ingobo, just like a month ago. And I did a tour of that place, Ingobo. And I actually came across homes that have been built in that area, gated community, amazing place as well. Amazing views, it is elevated. You see all the way across Lake Nakuru. You see all the way across Nakuru city. All like the entire horizon, is in front of you. That place, Ingobo. Ngata as well, you can go there to build a home. Remember, even the governor of Nakuru, where his palatial home in Nakuru, it is in Ngata. One can go to the sides of Mangu, in Nakuru. So those are the kind of places where I can recommend somebody, to buy a plot and build a home. Otherwise, if you're talking Milimani, honestly, it doesn't make sense buying an acre of land for 60 million to build a home worth 10, 15 million. Does it make sense? Like, the land is more expensive than even the home. Well, unless you are a billionaire, when, then money doesn't, like, what is money, unless you're a billionaire. But for these other folks, who are, you have saved your hand-earned money, it doesn't make sense. Unaona? So Yeah, that's how it is. That's how it is. Those are some of the places. You can also go to Pipeline, that side of Pipeline to Kaka James down there. Those are good places that I saw, that one can build a home. Even Barnabas, you can go to Barnabas, those sides of Green States there, Eastgate, those areas. There are areas that you can build a home. But around town now, Nakuru around town today is prime for for apartments, for high-end apartments, for commercial developments, not at residential homes. That era within, Nakuru City hapo, that time is long gone. That time is long gone. Another place maybe you can consider is Baraka, Baraka Estate, just ahead of Njoro interchange there, that side as well, if you can get a piece of land. And especially if you love these quiet places, that is one place I can also recommend. But within Nakuru, Section 58, within Nakuru City there, Section 58, London, Freehold. Hey, somebody was telling me they're selling their parcel of land in Freehold for 25 million. So you see, those are places that are now prime for apartments, and especially modern high-end apartments that can also make sense in terms of returns. Because when you buy a plot only for 20 million, then you better build something that is really good, that can fetch you maybe a 2-bedroom for 45,000, and then depending on the number of units that you have, so then in a period of, like 12 years there, then it will make sense in terms of return on investment. But if you build something, shoddy, unless your land, like the land in yako, then you can build whatever you build and charge whatever you charge. But if you buy with your hard-earned money, then you better build something good in Section 58, in Freehold there, London, White House there, this lower Milimani. You better build something very, very good, okay? So that the returns on investments will be, will be good too. Sindio? So mpaka hapo ni hayo tu kwa sasa. But for Lanet, like I keep saying, can we feel some of these places that were already subdivided many, many years ago before we venture into new places? Because now, like here, I'm on this rooftop here in Lanet. Well, apart from the sparse developments here, I can still see, there are still some empty parcels of land here. You can still see zingine zimepandwa mahindi hivyo, si mbaya kupanda mahindi, but if you're looking to settle where hata, there is life, then come to Lanet. Like here, looking at things, you have a mixed development here. You have an apartment there. Where I am here is an apartment, another apartment, another apartment, another apartment, and then you have homes, bungalow, mansionette, bungalow. Like it is a mixed, a mixed area here. The settlement here is mixed. Okay, so Lanet, come to Lanet. This is one of those places that you can settle, and I will keep repeating it. Lanet, Lanet, Lanet. Kama unataka kujenga nyumba yako kwako, Lanet. Lanet is good and it is green. Even in terms of climate, I've experienced these places. Lanet is really tranquil and it is green. Barnabas is quite dry. Barnabas, kienda kule, even the sun tu unasikia kwa Barnabas na hapa Lanet ni tofauti mbili. The intensity of it, unafeel kuna tofauti. So Barnabas is kind of dry, but Lanet is green. Kiamunyi is green, Ngata is green. You go to Pipeline, Kaka James there. It's kind of dry as well, Ivo. So yeah, even in terms of climate, depending unapenda climate gani, you can also choose. I would rather stay at this place compared to this place, Personally, I love these tranquil areas, easy tranquility areas, green areas. So for me, if I'm to build a home today, then Lanet is on my list, Kiamunyi is on my list, and even Ngata is on my list. But Barnabas, because of the, hiyo dryness flani iko pale, not for me. Sindio? But you see, everybody akona preference yake. Alright, so mpaka hapo, I'll see you in the next one. Otherwise, this apartment that I am today has got 1 and 2 bedroom units. One bedroom is 8,000 Kenya shillings and 2-bedroom is 10,000 Kenya shillings. So if you're also looking for an apartment, I've already advertised it. If you get this video and you get this message, the message through this video, you can still call me on 0791055678. All right, ni hayo tu kwa sasa.